We're joined tonight by men's soccer head coach Steve Babineau following a 3-0 victory over USM here tonight at Westerly Way Field. Coach, a solid win, unseasonably warm weather, and I think that played a factor. Would you agree?
Yeah, I thought that, it's something that we didn't expect at this time of the year, and it slowed us down a little bit, but you know what? USM had to play in those elements too, so I think it affected us both.
Kind of dominated on the stat sheet in shots, particularly in the first half. And in the second half, the complexity of the game changed a little bit. They put on some pressure, changed their formation. But you were able to, up 2-0 at half, and then you added a late goal, 3-0, which certainly took the wind out of their sails. But nothing was really clicking there in the early or most of that second half. Just kind of talk about that a little bit.
I think the credits to USM. They came out with a little bit more fire. I mean, we did talk at halftime about focusing in the final third and making sure that we're getting enough shots, but quality shots and shots on net, because we didn't have a lot of those in the first half, although two of them found the back of the net. So we talked a lot about that. We focused on that, but I was a little surprised that we let down a little bit. But again, I think USM just came in and was more energetic and put more high pressure. So I think that they had played better. We got on our heels a little bit, so we didn't have as many opportunities as we did in the first half.
Now you're looking at the game program. Certainly notice that the Monks roster is larger and perhaps deeper, but maybe not the case today. Is it seemed like a lot of guys were out with some dings and bruises and things like that. Is that kind of typical this time of year? Played 4 or 5 games and guys are dinged up?
Yeah, it's typical for this time of the year, but one of the reasons why I like to keep a big roster in case things like this happen. I think we're fairly deep. We can call on anybody on the bench to come in there and get the job done. We had a couple starters actually come out in this game, so that's a concern for us moving forward, especially when they open the conference on Saturday. But the more and more that we're using our bench, I think the better off we're going to be in our own conference games to make things hopefully go our way and have the ability to use just not 12, 13, 14 guys. So we have enough to use.
And certainly some depth on the scoring chart today with Zach Johnson getting on the board. Always a good thing to see. Freshman Victor Santos scoring a nice goal, and then late was Fabrice Aradaha, a senior here. So it's good to see some different guys scoring goals for the Monks. Now talk about your goalie situation. I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. Yeah. We've seen some different goalies. We've seen Scott Benner, who started the year, now Robbie Petrosillo. And Scotty played today. Robbie played well against Thomas. A couple unfortunate goals. But what is the plan in net going forward?
Well, I had a great conversation with them today, and it's on a day-by-day basis, and we really like to try and make our decisions during our training sessions. We've got our goalkeeping coach, Coach Yeager, working with them, 30, 45 minutes during the session. Then we'll put them in with the guys and see how they react in game situations. And it's just a rotation right now. We really need someone to kind of step up and be the number one and solidify themselves, so we can be consistent with that. But however, it's a great competition for both of them, and I think they're both playing great right now. So we're comfortable with using either or. Saturday, we'll see how training goes on Thursday and Friday. We'll make that decision Saturday morning.
And was there something that you've been working on so far this season that maybe kind of clicked today or showed improvement in today's result that stands out?
Well, I think our ability to try and possess the ball a little bit more. I think at times we do really good at it, but I still don't think, and even today, I don't know if we put a full 90 minutes out there where we had possession and was able to keep it. I think sometimes we find that we get panicked and we don't keep the ball, but I noticed that our build-up in our 3 goals led 2 goals. We finally strung 4, 5, 6 passes together, and the end result was what we wanted, was a goal. So I saw that start to click today. Final third was a little bit better. We still need to find that last linking pass and still work on that moving forward for Saturday.
And Coach, I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about you getting the victory that's kind of been a little bit delayed, I think, maybe, but it's a tough competition to start the year. Now the winningest head coach in men's soccer program history. It's 45 wins, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Bob Bourget held that record before, and of course he had a good run here in the early 2000s. But Coach, talk about what that means to you.
Well, I think it was on my mind, and it's nice to kind of get that off my back a little bit. What I like about it is no one else knew about it, I think, between you and me, so it didn't really affect anybody else. But It feels great. I mean, I've had a lot of success, and I feel very lucky and fortunate to be where I'm at right now as a head coach at St. Joseph's College. And I think at the end of the day, it's my name's under that record. But I think from 2009 to present, you could look at all those players that were in this program, and those are really the reasons why we've gotten all those wins, and we've had great support from our athletic director and other community here on campus to get players in, and the credit's due to the guys. And I've just been lucky enough to be able to coach them for 5 years.
Right. Well, certainly a lot of credit goes to you, Coach. You've taken this program to some new heights, a couple championships, and hopefully more to follow here in the not too distant future. What's up next for the Monks? I know this weekend, another game coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, we talk about goals at the beginning of the season, and we talk about maybe different seasons within this fall season. And right away, we've already started to focus on the second part of the season, which is opening our conference play. And it's at Suffolk University in Massachusetts Saturday night at 7 o'clock. It's slated for. So we'll have an active recovery day tomorrow. Really have a good training session on. Coach Bartlett's seen him play. We'll give Tufts a call today and get a scouting report on him. And we'll be ready. We'll put something together. But it's always difficult to go down there and play down there, let alone get a result, be on the road. But it's important for us to start off right in the conference, and that's the focus moving forward.
Any kind of difficulties for the team to adjust for 7 o'clock start?
Well, it's something that we're not used to. I mean, because it's going to make a long day for us. I think the beauty of it is the boys will be able to sleep in on Saturday, because we know how they like to do that. We'll leave in enough time so we don't have to rush. We can get out. We can stretch, and it's kind of a different animal down there, especially at night. But that's something that we'll be ready for, because we're going to prepare for that, and I'm sure the guys will rise to the occasion. We'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Well, congrats again. Good win today, and good luck the remainder of the season.
Thanks, Corey.